What's up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction for Superman and Lois, episode number 3. If you want to see the uncut reactions, you can go to patreon.com/heroes reforged. Very shortly, we'll be starting our reaction series for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. On March 26th, we'll be starting Invincible on Amazon. And we've also got a fun little interview coming very soon.
Follow that social media and you might see what it was.
Some spoilies.
Can't wait for people to see that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Real fun interview. Yeah.
So I want to let everybody know who's watching the uncut reaction. We have switched some stuff around and we're now watching these via cwtv.com. So everybody who has access to that website can watch this with us because we know that they're doing extended cuts on the website, but not on TV. So we're going to have some
We got a bunch of comments. We did not know this was a thing beforehand. Now we know it's a
started with
thing.
episode 2, so
we're rectifying it.
We are.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Man.
Let's do this. Yeah,
All right, let's get into
get a
this.
recap because I don't really remember where we left off at this point. So let's
You'll
do
remember quickly. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Are they gonna have a paint fight?
You like this color? Yeah.
Paint fight.
Oh, you just ruined that shirt. That's probably a nice new shirt.
Guys, that paint is expensive. Stop wasting it.
I know.
I'm a homeowner. I know you don't play like this. Jesus.
No super tricks.
Guys!
Yeah, this is a little...
Hey, this is
Oh, God.
anxiety inducing.
Whose heat vision's gonna go off?
Oh God, they had to ruin a good moment.
Oh, I
Trying to have
love
some
it.
family time. This is like next level homaging to Superman the movie.
Oh, like a ride. This was taking place right before we got here. Damn, one-handed?
Chinese. So it's in China.
Yeah. China.
Oh, it's in China.
Thank God for those architects that built the bridge to where if it broke, it would stay intact, that one section.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever heard?
Nope. Not
That's funny.
appropriate.
Be honest, was there nudity involved? Hey, when you guys are older.
Oh.
Teen boy questions. Yep.
Tell them.
Could we possibly hang out and
Oh, I'm gonna be late, so I'll.
How about no?
Weak.
Nope.
Weak.
Nice try.
Jesus.
Not now, brother.
Why you
Not
do this
now.
to yourself?
Classic tractor lift.
Love how he so calmly does this.
Yeah.
Check on this tractor. Yeah, I do love
Outside.
that.
I don't go to your house and lift tractors, do I?
It's implied that like he can hear if anybody were to roll up,
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he does
Yeah.
know
I mean,
he's
he did
like
hear-
he's safe.
He did hear General Lane when he was pulling up.
He's just doing a real quick check. Is China cool? China's all right.
Yeah. China is cool. Okay.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no.
And you can't intervene with stuff like that.
Is he
when you're a
going to
parent.
though? Like, what is he gonna do?
Get away from me! What are you doing? Come on, thank you.
Oh,
Dude,
that's painful.
let go of him.
Oh no!
Hey guys! Wow, this place is really.
Told you he was
changed
gonna
since I went
intervene.
here.
Jesus, my heart is racing like crazy.
Oh my God! Did Jordan's dad just show up?
What are you doing here?
Wasn't he just lifting tractors on the farm?
He was spying on us.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
He's
Come on,
like,
break.
let's talk. Let's
Yeah.
talk.
I was just making sure
Clark,
that you were okay.
you can't do
Yeah.
this.
You could have said something this morning, but instead you lied to our faces. Didn't ask.
How long have you been doing this? Since we moved here, our whole
Yeah,
lives?
your whole lives, you stupid idiot.
Having a new power is a lot. Yeah, so that was a lie too.
Dude, Jordan,
These
shut
kids about
up.
these kids about to get a super chancla. No joke. Like
From
that was
me.
me. Yeah. Let's listen
are
what
the
he says.
chances
Hold
of
on.
You raising my allowance?
Nice try.
Yeah.
We good?
What's he? Get?
Jordan's pissed.
So he just said that they were right. So he's not going to listen to them. Smoothed over. All right. There you go.
Sharon Powell?
Miss Powell, I'm Lois Lane. Does this have anything to do with Morgan Edge?
I'm hoping you can help me nail that bastard's ass to the wall.
Oh, whoa.
Spicy
All right.
meatball.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, Mom. Wish I caught you. This opportunity isn't what I thought it was. Just wanted you to know that I loved you. Bye.
That was the last time I ever heard his voice.
Jesus. Uh-oh.
Hey, Mom, it's me again. If you don't hear from me, it's definitely foul play. I love you. Bye. Mwah.
5, 7, 8. What is with the timing? Sarah,
What?
what's going on?
Relax, Mom.
This is important. What has gotten into you lately?
That's not cool to do that in front of
I quit.
everybody.
How about that?
Woo!
Sarah!
Spicy meatballs all around.
That was badly done, Lana.
What are you doing? Trying out for the team. That is.
No, this is a dumb idea.
What about your powers? I'll go easy.
Don't talk out loud, guys. There's literally an entire football team there.
These guys think they can push us around. Well, guess what? Push them back.
That's so dumb, Jordan.
Oh boy.
It's so dumb.
It's a very teenager way of thinking, though. Like,
I know.
God.
so is this guy gonna like flex a little bit? Like what?
We'll see what he's really made of.
Oh man.
I want Jordan to get hurt.
Oh,
sorry.
he's really okay.
You smiling
Oh.
now, bro?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Actually,
Oh,
Feels kind of good.
man.
Hector, feels
Yeah.
kind of good. Okay.
This can't be good. Ah. No, I'm with his brother. This.
Oh my.
you know what? Bullies got to
He's
learn
just
lessons.
Flattening fools.
Sorry. Run the jewels, more like run these fools into the ground, Jordan. Do it.
I love that you're getting so much enjoyment from this, Hector.
Thanks, coach.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you.
You weird
Look,
little
if he
strong
can-
kid.
If he can be like Dash and learn how to control his powers, good. But
Not too much. Not too much. Go for second. Go for second.
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Go for
yeah.
second.
Someone's running today, smartass. You give me 5 for keeping that from me.
What?
Yeah, go on.
What? That doesn't.
See, I'm telling you, this is not good. It's not good. It's not good.
That makes
Yeah,
no
no.
sense.
Whatever you want to say, you can say it right here.
That's not what you say to me.
Explain to me what happened back there?
Chunkless,
It's
chunkless.
obvious I quit the team.
This is a bad approach.
Look, I'm just trying to keep you safe.
Because you think I'm gonna kill myself?
Okay, this is not.
Dad sleeps on the couch every night. Sophie bullies all of the kids in her class, and you can't go to bed without taking a pill.
I said that's enough. Stop, let's go. Now.
Ooh, my mom would have made my head spin around my neck so many times.
Kidding. No kidding. Are you
I
serious?
wouldn't have been able to finish a sentence.
Lana's husband is Latino because if Lana was Latina, she would have her shoe would have been
That
off.
boot would have
Oh, yeah.
came off a long
Just-
time ago.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Jonathan, got a couple good reps in.
Oh, now you're gonna lie to your father?
Now you're
That's
gonna
smart.
lie to your dad about using your
like
powers?
Like you can't hear your heartbeat lying to him right now?
Or no, is that the woman's car?
Oh, was she in there?
You don't happen to drive a station wagon that's on fire right now.
Good question. Yep, she does. Nice glare she
Compelling.
had going on there.
Part of me wants to know, and the other part of me is terrified at what I might find out.
I think Clark brings this out in people.
Cause he handsome as fuck.
I hear Jordan's quite the football star.
Uh-oh.
You mean Jonathan?
The truth always comes out, homies.
Oh god.
Why would a coach allow this?
Shouldn't have kissed Sarah.
Oh,
It wasn't cool.
now you're making it personal.
Apologize.
Okay. You know, maybe he's trying to get with the team as like, let's make friends. You
I
know?
don't think so. I only see this as revenge.
All right, who's next up?
Uh-oh.
He's got that look.
I've seen my dad look at me like that, and the belt came right after. No
You
joke.
can feel the look from 2 miles away.
Yeah.
You can feel the look. You can feel your dad.
You can hear the leather.
I can hear the leather whistling in the wind. Like,
Guys, I
it's
gotta
got a
go. My
very
dad's
particular
2 miles away.
whoosh.
Taking you to see him this early was a mistake.
Everything you do is a mistake.
Bro.
Fired, you bring us here. You know, I just wish you would go back to not being around it.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Go upstairs.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
Seriously. yank him up to the sky. Like, you know how many people I saved? You know how many lives I saved?
It's my bad. I know I'm not a perfect person.
Trust me. We all make mistakes.
Except me, I'm Superman.
Maybe Jordan needs football. I mean, he's been a really messed up kid for a really long time. And I don't know, what if joining the team's a good thing?
There's nothing I want more than for you guys to be happy. But we have to be careful.
Okay, maybe he's a little stronger.
A lot
But
stronger,
maybe that
homie.
does even the playing field for a kid his size.
You don't know that.
Neither do you. What's the point of having something special if you're not actually allowed to be special?
Yeah, it's very Incredibles. The point of it is that you help people.
Yeah,
That's the point.
exactly.
That's how you
shine
can
when
be
you need to
special.
shine.
damn, this got dark all of a sudden. My God.
Yeah, this is just creepy now.
Whoa, what happened in this
This
hotel room? Either
is
way,
horror. Oh,
this music
no.
is dark and there's a dramatic musical sting. Shit, get out of there. Oh, no.
Eee. Oh my God, this guy's... He's wailing on her. She's about to pull a Heath Ledger Joker. Oh.
Bro, you would be done.
Help you.
What are you talking about?
He will.
Dang. Yep. That's why she's not afraid to go to seedy areas.
Yo, this guy's tough, though. He's a tough guy because he didn't go down when she, like, jammed a pencil in his brain.
He might... Oh.
What the hell?
Uh-oh. They baited him in there on purpose.
Dude.
What?
Who is this guy?
I love this. I love a Superman villain like this because it's scary.
No.
How are you
Clark.
so strong? What's going on?
Wow, the effects work is really well done.
Yeah.
I like
here we
that.
go.
Sick.
He
That's
is risen
cool.
indeed.
Yes, sir. Ice breath.
Chill out.
Oh, you don't want to catch that uppercut.
Sub-Zero.
That was
Wins.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, that
Are
was
you
really
kidding
good.
me?
Ooh.
Good job, Soups.
You need to take her to the hospital. I'll be fine.
Okay. Okay.
Is he
How
gone
did
though?
he not break her neck?
Honey, I'm here if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I just want Lana to be like, to just be a mom.
I just can't tell anyone.
Talk to her the way she was talking to Clark earlier, right?
We used to be so close. And when am I gonna know that you're really okay?
Guess I'll tell you.
But also never.
Please, I need to know why it happened.
I just felt trapped. Everything was getting so bad, and I just never saw myself escaping.
That's hard.
You saw yourself turning into me.
That's not what I meant.
I'm the most full of crap lady in Smallville. And most days, when I'm smiling, that's not how I feel inside.
There you go.
It's how I was raised.
Don't really think that's healthy.
It's boomer culture.
Do you know what kind of life would make you happy?
I don't know.
Yeah, not yet. She's just a kid.
I guess I'm figuring it out.
Have they said how old Sarah is on this show? That's her name, right? Sarah?
I imagine
Maybe like a
15
junior
or
or senior in
17.
high school. Yeah.
Yeah, because they said that
It's a good
Jordan was
moment.
four. Yeah, that was a
it's
good
a
moment.
really good
It was a
moment.
really good moment. Yeah, acting was good.
They said that
good.
Jordan was 14 years old. I feel like Jordan looks a little old for 14, but maybe I don't know what a 14-year-old looks like.
Could be a freshman.
Is creepy lurking one of your superpowers now?
That belt. He's got that super belt.
Whoosh. We're gonna go
When I was
practice
in 9th grade.
how to control powers.
The baseball team.
Are they going to play a game of around the world baseball catch?
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Is playing football something that you really want?
These last couple of days, they've kind of just been incredible.
And you're sure you can keep your powers under control?
Yes.
You got to teach him how to act
Can you say that?
hurt. Also,
Can you say that legitimately?
There's one last thing we have to talk about.
You want to be an assistant coach?
I just want to help out. I don't know if you know this.
Brilliant. Oh, it's such a good move.
Look, I promise I won't get in the way. I'll do whatever job you need.
Not to mention he'll work for free.
You should have started with that kid.
Water boy.
Water boy. There you go.
you see that acting? You see that acting? Where Clark's like, well, this is heavy.
Yeah.
Bring that cooler. Meet me on the sidelines.
Because that's the type of stuff he needs to teach Jordan.
It might be fun to
Okay.
see as a bystander. Your dad seems like he's really struggling.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, I love that.
it. That's so funny.
Hey, coach gave me a jacket and I bought a hat.
He's so dorky. I
He's
love
so
it.
cute.
Oh
He's so
my
cute.
god, it's so good.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys are getting along, huh?
I love Super Dad.
Stories this important don't usually happen in Smallville.
Stories like this happen in small towns everywhere. And stories that need to be told, but they get missed because there aren't enough reporters looking for them.
Are these the only two women who work at this newspaper?
I think so. I think they're
It's like
really.
Chloe Sullivan and
Yeah.
Lana all over again.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, who is this? A new player has entered the game? Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Oh, a super person?
It's done.
An evil Kryptonian just took
Super
out
assassin?
that super-powered guy? What in the what? Okay.
It's
I know that
getting
wasn't Supergirl.
spicy, boy.
Dang,
What a
that was
fuck.
good.
That was-
I like that. I like that episode.
Guys,
I like,
this
yeah.
show is consistently good. It's just, wow. I'm really impressed.
Still think the pilot is my favorite ep so far, but some highlights for this episode. Having some action in China, I thought was really fun. The conversation between Lana and her daughter.
Yeah.
You guys were saying that
really
was a
strong.
highlight
That
of
was
the
good.
episode.
Yeah.
And I liked the very, very end with Clark pretending that he was lifting the thing. Like the way that resolved,
my
I thought
favorite
was, I thought it was very heartwarming and very well
Yeah.
done and like believable that Clark would like acquiesce and be like, okay, you can be on the football team, but
Yeah.
I'm going to be there to watch out for you. And we're going to make sure to, because he wants what's good for his son. He wants what's
course.
best for his son. And if his son is getting friendship and, you know, outside of his brother, that's a good thing, but you got to be cuidado, man. You got to be careful. Yeah, that's fun.
Otherwise, you get that belt. You get that ass whooping with that belt, man. I was clearly triggered on this episode, by the way, man. Clearly.
And Superman's belt, it will leave an S on your ass because there's a little buckle. That's a brand,
No, not
man.
a
That'll
little buckle.
leave.
It's a big buckle. It's
big,
like this big.
S.
Just a
Yeah.
big old ass.
Ever since they took the chonies away for Superman,
That's what it's
they have
for.
they got to
It burns.
overcompensate with the buckle now, right? They took the chonies away, so now there's a big red belt
There's
that
just
Superman
a big
wears.
Mexican buckle
that-
there.
I
Ooh,
like
that stings.
I liked episode 2, and I did miss not seeing Captain Luther in this episode.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm really happy that we got to spend so much time developing everybody
Right.
else.
Right.
The first two episodes were so Superman, Captain Luther,
Heavy.
Lois heavy. This one was mostly just like Lana,
boys.
Lois, you know,
The boys.
the boys and a little bit of Sarah, and we're like unraveling a little bit more about, you know, what she's been through and how she feels about her life in Smallville. And I think for a lot of people that can be relatable, you know, being in the same town for so many years. Like I know I've felt that, you know, I was born and raised in San
This
Diego
guy.
and I loved being there, but at a certain point, I was like, man, I'm ready to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And everybody needs that.
I came from a little cow town. It wasn't as small as Smallville, but I grew up in a little neighborhood in which I knew everybody on my street. And we would go out and play in the fields, and there was cows, and like we would go and pick strawberries. Like my childhood was great, but I always felt trapped in my little hometown. Like I always knew that there was cooler and bigger things out there. And then that's when I, went to college, went to San Diego, ended up in LA, and I'm like, I think this is what I needed in my life, getting out of that small town.
I agree. I'm right there with you guys. Just like Adam, born and raised in San Diego. And I like to say about San Diego, I think it's a great place to raise a kid. I think it's a great place to retire. But so I think it's a great place to like have a childhood and be raised there. But everywhere in between, I think it's boring as hell. And it's like you guys are saying, this is a very relatable experience. I hope that we get more with Lana's daughter, Sarah, and that it's able to depict in a much more mature and interesting way the types of struggles that teens go through. And teenager shows have been a mainstay of American television for 50 plus years. But like today, we think about mental health very differently than even 20 years ago when Smallville was on. Totally. So like, let's make it as authentic as possible and not be exaggerated teenager bullshit,
Think about what teenagers have to go through nowadays, like stuff that we never had to think about, like it's going to school, school shootings and things like that.
I know, man.
And really focusing on mental health. I saw a meme that it was a pretty brutal meme. It was one where it was a boomer criticizing a millennial or something like that, and it was like, oh well, you millennials don't even know how to swing a hammer. It's like, oh yeah, Chuck, well at least I can tell my daughter that I love her. It's like that kind of like it's like that kind of generational change. The older generation is all about just getting through, just grit your teeth and go through it, where this younger generation, I have friends who have kids who are tweens and turning into teenagers. They are always posting things about like mental health and like worried about their community. Kids these days now really have like the climate change struggle on their mind all the time. They have to deal with stuff that we never social media. I never had we didn't even have phones back when I was in high school. Like we still had those old school Nokia like razor phones.
We had
that had
AOL
nothing,
Instant Messenger. We had the beginnings of the internet. We had the beginnings. We had away messages were new.
My internet came in the mail every month, and I had 140 free hours, and I would put that in the thing, and then I would waste those hours and wait until the next AOL CD drive came in the mail. Like that's the scope of what kids are going through is very different. But I'm glad I know people who have kids that are going through that, because this seems like it's very relevant to what's happening. But also it shows that some things never change with teenagers as well. Like just teenagers being crazy. They want to do what they want to do, and you can't tell them anything else. So it's real interesting to see Clark react to that, given that he can actively do things to change them, So
it was like Adam was it was like Adam was saying, like, it's cool to see Superman in this position, because we've seen everything we're describing. We've seen stories like this, if it's about young people, if it's about mental health, whatever. But to put Superman as the father figure in that type of story is like, oh, how would he handle it? And I think he did drop the ball at the beginning of this episode when he showed up at the high school. But at the same time, if he hadn't done that, would his son have punched a hole through that kid's head? I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's an interesting dilemma, and I'm into the idea that Clark has been a not present all the time father, and that he has to explain to his two sons why he has made the decisions he's made. And he has to explain to his two sons, well, my dad didn't let me do X, Y, and Z, and here's why. Because his sons are probably like, why not? You're also like, they have the advantage of having Superman as a dad. So that's different than what Jonathan Kent had to deal with, right? That's different than Clark's dad, because he had no advantage. Jonathan was just in the deep end by himself, figuring out how to deal with a superpowered baby and kid and teenager. But Clark at least knows what he went through, so he could, he's got some heads up for what his son or sons are going to go through. So it's cool.
But also like putting those boundaries of not super spying on your kids. Like that's definitely something that I know if I was a kid, I know I asked for privacy as a kid. I never got it, but it was something that I felt that I needed as a kid growing up when I was getting into my teenage years, because that's just, it's part of growing up. And as a teenager, you do have irrational thoughts and you want to do whatever, because everything's fresh and brand new. So yeah, I totally get it.
I still remember when my childhood room, when I asked and my parents were like, okay, we can put a lock on your door, because it didn't have a lock before. I couldn't lock it because it's a childhood door. You open it up. But I remember when my parents were like, we think we think that you should probably have one. And then later my sister got one, or we got it at the same time or whatever. But you're totally right, Augustine. That's something kids want. And how do you have privacy when your dad can just concentrate and listen to you wherever you are?
Bro, he's got X-ray vision. He could just look up into your room and he can see. I know. He can see you doing things.
Why'd you lie to Dad?
Why? Yeah,
why are you whispering? If he has super hearing, he can hear us even if we're whispering.
Right. You don't need to. Yeah. So
I think the interesting thing that you guys brought up is us, everybody in our age group, and I can only assume that Lois and Clark are a little bit older than us, in their late 30s, maybe early 40s.
Bro, I'm in my late 30s. What are you talking about? I'm going to be 37 in 2 weeks. Get out of here. Get out of here.
But, I look at that and I think about my parents or my mom, and then I think about my brother, and we are in this interesting time where technology changed throughout our childhood. And that's not to say it didn't change for our parents and it didn't change for our siblings who are younger than us.
But not as much as us.
But we literally went from analog to digital in our childhood. That's
we were the
enormous
test generation,
change.
dude. Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think what makes the show interesting, and when you talk about the world and how this show incorporates the world, you look at all that stuff and how history has changed since Smallville, and how the tone of the conversations that they have and the types of conversations that they have changed in 20 years. And that's pretty typical for TV, especially TV that actually tries to put in the effort to talk about this stuff. But technologically, it's so wild to me to have grown up with Smallville, watched that show, and to understand those relationships in that context, and then to understand this show from a different context and to then learn stuff from it. I don't know. I think it's handling all those things really well on top of being a Superman show.
And talking about
I was just going to say, I'm continuously impressed. Keep going, Hector.
Yeah. Talking about the technological advances, we might have seen the stuff where Superman went to China and we might think some of those effects are a little wonky. It's TV. But if we put that side by side with an episode of Smallville, I feel like we would go, whoa, we forgot what we grew up with and we accepted.
Smallville isn't even in HD for the first 2 seasons or something.
Yeah.
And the stuff they can do today, the fight in the motel was dope. That was
really
that
good.
was great.
Very impressive. To pull back a little bit and to talk about how the show has we're constantly watching to see how it's depicting women, people of color, whatever. I like the Lois stuff. I'm intrigued. I think that they're doing a good job with that. I thought it was interesting when Ilana's husband Kyle said, "Hey, mija," because I was like, "Kyle, are you a Mexican guy? Are you a Latino? Because
are you assimilating? What's going on here?"
Yeah, but if Kyle's just dipping and saying mija, because Lana is a Latina woman in this show, and so they have a half white, half Latina daughter, they have a mixed race daughter. That's interesting too, because I just would want the show to go into it, because if Kyle is or isn't non-white, or he could be a white Latino, but just what the demographic is, Kyle up to this point in the show has been depicted as a conservative guy, probably Republican guy, and it's is he Latino? Does that factor into that? Because that's an interesting angle as well. But if he's not, but if he's just dipping by saying mija, I'm I think that's kind of great. But where's the rest of the Latinos on the show? That's all I'm saying. So a little interesting dip of the toes there for Kyle to do that. And again, going back to okay, well, that's somebody in the family is some kind of Spanish or something. So if it's Lana, okay, what does that mean for this version of Lana Lang different than the Smallville Lana, different than the movies, different than, anything we've seen
Everything.
before. Like, what does that mean if Lana Lang is like Mexican or Colombian or Venezuelan or Spanish or whatever? Like, what does it mean? How does it add to her character? What does it mean for her sort of story? I'm intrigued in that as well. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's great. I honestly though, like, I can't get over how much I love dorky super dad. It was so good. That sold me. I think that made me like. Yeah, this made me really just love this show. Having and Tyler Hoechlin plays it so well. Like, he sold it so well.
So charming.
I just can't get over it.
So
it's
funny.
so good. It's so good.
That was great. All right.
There's that part of me that sees Tyler Hoechlin. I'm like, man, I'm also 33. I should have done a better job going out there and trying to audition for this role. And then you see him and you're like, no, it's taken care of.
Oh yeah, he's in a different league. He's in a different league.
So good, so good. But guys, let us know your comments and your thoughts below. What's gonna happen with Captain Luther? That was like a completely like sideline thing. And also, this new Kryptonian villain potentially.
What is that about?
What's going on with that?
I'm very curious to find out about that. Maybe we'll find out some other things, some Morgan Edge things that could lead into some very interesting places. Who knows? Let us know in the comments below all your thoughts and theories. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next reaction.